Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Dimitri Mansion, living room. When Johnny walks in, EJ is in a depressed mood. Johnny apologizes for the entire thing, and they talk about Nicole's failed DNA test the day before. Nicole arrives and challenges EJ's concerns about Nicole's unpredictable behavior. After Johnny determines it's wise to go, Nicole confronts EJ, accusing her of being crazy. He does his hardest to console her, and she makes a commitment to try her hardest to get over her loss. EJ brings up the subject of having more children. How fast he's bringing up the consideration astounds Nicole. She encourages him to quit thinking about it because having more children is not an option. She believes that she was lucky to become pregnant in the first place and finds it impossible to envision going through the experience again. She sobs a little and declares she will never become his mother. All EJ wants to do is help her and cheer her up. Nicole believes that their scars can only be healed through time. Horton Square. Holly walks up to Channel, who is enticing people with Sweet Bits treats. As an act of contrition for Holly believing she had a crush on Johnny, she presents Holly some goodies. She attempts to give Holly more delicacies for Nicole, but she fears that treats would trigger cravings in Holly and cause her to become more fixated on the child she lost. Channel remembers Lonnie's mental state following the death of her child and knows that grieving is a protracted process. Johnny walks up to Chanel and gives her a warm kiss. Channel tells him about her interaction with Holly, and he tells her what transpired with Nicole. Channel expresses her hope that he and Holly will support one another. Johnny is taken aback by Channel's sudden change in demeanor and becomes overly sentimental over her earlier ideas on Holly. They then plant a kiss on each other. The following weekend, Johnny asks whether they can celebrate their would-be wedding anniversary. Channel concurs, finding it to be sweet. Brady Pub. Roman and Tater Tote are chit-chatting. Roman believes he wants a night off so they can go on a date with Holly. She shows up at that precise moment and sits down at Tate's table. They discuss how he should disclose their mutual attraction to others. She is enraged that people now believe they are dating. He acknowledges that he was taking advantage of the circumstance and vows to make things right soon. Holly encourages him to calm down because she wants Chanel to believe that they are still in a relationship. Tate finds it unbelievable that she's still infatuated with Johnny, but Holly ignores him. Sloan and Eric's digs. After reading in The Spectator about Dimitri's situation, Sloan looks at Jude the newborn and expresses her gratitude that everything turned out okay. They start giggling as Eric walks in, and they are standing over the baby's cot. He changes the subject and inquires as to whether Dimitri is still being held accountable for Nicole's baby's passing. Something strange smells to Eric. When Sloan mentions that she baked cookies in advance of Roman's arrival, he becomes distracted. Roman shows up just then and goes to the crib. He declares right away that he believes the infant resembles Eric. Jude is introduced to Roman by Eric, Brady Romano. Seeing his namesake makes Roman very happy. Eric and Roman continue their conversation as Sloan heads to the kitchen to check on the cookies. Eric fills him in on the details of Nicole's and Jude's birth. After Sloan brings the cookies back, she and Roman engage in some lighthearted banter. He expresses regret for not being more of a supporter of their union. He recognizes the trauma she experienced upon losing her child and expresses gratitude for everything she has done to improve Eric's life. Leo shows up in Statesville to give Dimitri tips on how to handle his rough situation. He wants to know more about Nicole's baby's survival before delving deeper. Dimitri describes how he arrived at Sloan's house carrying the baby, leading to a plot by Melinda and Sloan to pretend the child was adopted. Leo is instructed by Dimitri to keep using the information as leverage against Sloan. Leo isn't sure he can keep Nicole and EJ in the dark about the baby's identity. Leo's newly awakened conscience astounds and amuses Dimitri, who declares he will make the greatest use of the knowledge. Dimitri then advises Leo to live life. Leo is shocked that his sweetheart is attempting to say goodbye. They exchange kisses and promise to see one another soon. Channel can't wait to see what Johnny has planned for their upcoming anniversary. All Johnny can promise is that the evening will be one to remember. Tate is starting to grow impatient with Holly, but he gives in easily. She needs his assistance to make sure Channel never attends the anniversary party. Reluctantly, he accepts, but only if she agrees to go on an actual date. Sloan and Eric are overjoyed that Roman has at last started to value the relationship. After, Eric receives a communication regarding the adoption from the lawyer Melinda collaborated with, and Sloan had to go. He apologized in a message left behind for everything not working out. Each wants to know if Nicole wants to go out to dinner. She believes leaving would be wonderful. They share "I love yous" and kiss. Nicole uses his iPad to have a quick peek at Lady Whistleblower as EJ heads upstairs. At that moment, Leo Stark shows up as the doorbell rings. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Judith Chapman has acknowledged that she is working on 2 soap operas at once. She was just filming sequences for DOL and will also be appearing on The Young and the Restless on New Year's Eve. But first, let's discuss Chapman's most recent Days gig and speculate about the role that she might be playing. Diana Cooper, who went by Diana Colville in the late 1980s, is the most plausible candidate. It was disclosed that Diana was Leo Stark, alias Matthew Cooper's mother when she reappeared in 2019. Leo's problems with Diana stem from the fact that she ended her life when she was sent to prison. Since Leo saw Diana at Statesville and received more of her usual criticism, Diana has come up in recent months. Being around Leo's mother is sad to say the least, because she always makes him feel like a useless, unlovable human being. It makes plausible that Diana and Leo will soon reunite as mother and son on television, as Judith Chapman recently revealed on her Facebook page that she worked with Greg Reichardt on Days. Having said that, we ought to hold open the possibility of Chapman returning as Angelica Devereux, just in case. Angelica, played by Morgan Fairchild, was killed off in 2017. However, in 2018, Chapman returned to the character for a spectral Halloween fantasy episode. Nobody can completely rule out the possibility of Angelica making a physical comeback in the future, given how frequently characters in Salem make amazing reappearances. Given that Angelica didn't actually compose the letter to Victor Kiriakis, as Theresa Donovan wants everyone to think, it might relate in with Alex Kiriakis' plot. Given that Emily O'Brien has been playing Theresa Donovan and occasionally reappearing as Gwen von Leishner, it's even plausible that Judith Chapman will play both Diana and Angelica. Either way, it's great to have Chapman back at Days. We usually like seeing familiar faces again, so we're excited to see what mischief is in store. Fans of the CBS soap opera may anticipate more Gloria Fisher-Bardwell and Kevin Fisher moments as Chapman also portrays the mother of Greg Reichart's character on Moy and R. This confirms Chapman's double soap duty status. We'll be sure to keep you informed about any significant cast changes. According to spoilers, there may be more comings and goings on Days of Our Lives soon. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.